Hello guys, build a trading platform in C# Part 8, historical data. In this video I'll show you how to request historical data and display it on a chart. So what you do is change the symbol over here, GameStop, and the information gets displayed on a chart. Also gets displayed in this list box, which you can select all and copy it and paste it into a spreadsheet. It's all comma separated, so it'll work great for that. And you can also behind the scenes create some calculations to display like relative strength and whatnot. So if I have time I'll get into that too. And so if you're interested, please stay tuned. So let's get started. Okay, here we are in Visual Studios, and click on your tab control here and go to your properties, and where it says tab pages collection, there's a button here to click on. Add 2 more tabs and name one of them historical data and the other one chart. And then go to your historical data tab, add a list box, from here in your tools, drag it onto your form, and then add 2 buttons also. Okay, click on your list box, and you want to add the name, LB historical data. Okay, now click on your select all button and give it a name of button select all, and scroll down to where your text is and put select text or select all on it like mine, and do the same for the copy button. Text will be copy and BTN copy just like mine. Okay, now go to your chart tab. Okay, in your chart tab here, you want to add a chart. So to get that, you go down to the data section of your toolbox here and click on chart and place it on the tab control here. Okay, in your chart here, make sure the name is chart 1. I think that's the default, so just basically leave it the same, at least for this demonstration anyway. I'm sure you can call it whatever you want, but if you want to follow along, it's best to leave it the way I have it. Okay, in your properties, go to your series collection here and click on that button there, and make sure this chart type is candlestick, and it should be on bar now, but mine's changed to candlestick. Just make sure you change that. And go to the bottom here and make sure the price down color is green and the price up color is red. I know it seems like your down color should be red and your up color should be green, right? But it's reversed here for some reason. It's weird. Anyways, down should be green and up color should be red. Okay, now go to your chart areas under collection here, click on the button there and look for axes collection and click on the button in this cell here, and then select Y value axis and make sure it's set to is start from 0 as false, because if it was true your candlesticks would be so small you wouldn't be able to read them. So make sure that's set to false. Okay, another way to do that instead of doing it through the properties is double click on your form, your main form here, and go to load form. And in load form, you want to set all that chart stuff here. And before you do that, actually, you want to go to the top here and make sure this using system Windows Forms data visualization charting is here. So go back to where you load the form here and make sure this is here. This is where you set the chart for candlesticks, and this is for the border around the candlesticks, a black border, and this is for the wick shadow color of the candle. And this is where you set the color of the candle. For the price down is green and the price color red for up. But the main thing you want to do is change the Y series is start from 0, because you don't want it starting from 0 like we talked about earlier. Because if it was a $200 stock and the chart started at 0, the candlesticks would be so small you wouldn't be able to hardly see them. So make sure that's at set defaults for the y-axis here. Okay, from here we need the date time now equals datetime.now. That's to get the most current time, because we need that to request our historical data. Okay, and this part here just clears the list box from our form, and this cancels the historical data. And this clears the chart, all the points in the series. Okay, and this stores that most recent time, the time now, and it puts it in the start end date, or the string end date variable here. And this is for the duration, and this is for requesting 5-minute charts. And you can get a list of all the other attributes you can put in here. Like you could have like 1 year, and then like say weekly chart or something like that. So you might want to refer to the interactive brokers for all the different ones you can put in there. And I guess I'll leave a link to that in the website. Okay, and then we, like before, this is nothing new. That's for canceling the market data. And then for creating a contract, all this stuff. Now if you want to do futures or Forex and whatnot, then you can use this link here, and that will tell you what you need to create a contract for those different securities. I left an example for futures here, so you would change the stock to, and the exchange would be Globex, and I don't think you need primary exchange. And then use US dollar, and then if you're using the futures, you need to get the expiry date, like the month. And if you are using options, you can use the exact day. Like some stocks have weekly expirations for options, so you would change that here, I guess. And this is from before, like, would you like delayed data or live data? And this is from before, so that's nothing new. That's for requesting market data. And here's where we request the historical data. We need their the ID here, the contract, the end date, and if you leave it blank, it'll do the most up-to-date time, like an empty string. And then for the duration, which be what I'm using, 1 day, and then the bar size would be 5 mins or 5 minutes, and then the trades is what you want. You can also request other things like midpoint and bid or ask and stuff like that. And if this number 1, this first one here, is for if you would like to have pre-market and after hours data, you would set that to, I guess, 0. And so I'm just using 1, and then this 1 false and null here. I don't remember exactly what that's for, but you can refer to the link I have above that. Okay, from here go to your eWrapper and search for historical data, which is right here, and make sure you create this string here, string historical data, str historical data, and you must put the comma separation in here for your string with the required ID, bar time, bar open, high, low, close, and volume. But there's other things you can use, like the count and the WAP, which stands for, I guess, weighted average price, but I'm not going to use them, so I'm not going to put it in my string. So just separate everything by a comma here, like mine, and then you want to create this here for passing the variable onto your form. So my form dot add item historical data, and in brackets here your string variable, which should look like mine. Okay, now go back to your form, and we need to create a delegate for historical data, which is right here. I can put it basically anywhere in your form 1 file here. So make it look like mine here, and then create this method or function here, basically like we've done many times over for other ones, and create a string, and for the separation of the different variables that we need that were passed on from our historical data. And this just takes out white space from the date and time, because there's a big space between date and time. So I'm just trimming that fat out of there. And then I create this string here with all those different variables. And this I'm using for relative strength index calculation, but I won't get into that right now. And so that string gets passed into the list box for the historical data on our form under the tab historical data, which gets displayed here. And so this is for the chart, and we need the date. Number 3 would be high, 4 is the low, 5 is the close, and 2 is the open. And it has to be in this order. If it's not in this order, then your chart won't look right. So make sure that looks like mine. Okay, I think we're ready to try it out now. Go to start and then connect, and you got your historical data here in the historical data tab, and then your chart, and you can change from stock to stock. So I'll do Netflix, and I got relative strength indicator right up here, and so my watch list here. That works. Scan. Time and sales. Okay, this relative strength indicator, I had put a label on here, and I just slapped it on there for the fun of it, because it's not formatted to do 2 decimal places. It's kind of there just unformatted. So what I did was I added that label here. There's a label here. I just added it here, and then I called it LBL_RSI. And then if you go back to your Form 1 file here, this is what I did. I got, first of all, created a list for all the closing prices, and then put them all in the list, added them, and then when the data is all finished, I get a response from this historical data end, and so I pass those on to a calculation here that I do, and basically this is the calculation here. So that's the calculation there. And this commented out section is for the high and low of the day. Okay, that's pretty much it for this video. Please like and subscribe. And if you missed any of the code, that'll be on my website, sharpertradingimage.blogspot.com. See you in the next video. Bye.